What's up guys, welcome to Lentz Lundy Boxing, and today we're going to learn how to snap our punches. So whenever you'll see a boxer fight, you're always going to see them snapping at the end, right? They're getting a little shoulder pop whenever they throw punches, okay? So whenever you see a professional fighter shadow box, you're always going to see the shoulder popping. The reason being is that when you snap your shoulders, you add that little pop on your shots. You're getting that extra power when you snap your shoulders, okay? So basically, if I break down a punch, for example, I'm going to go with a straight right for this demonstration. So what I'm doing is I'm twisting my hips in order to generate my power, right? I'm shifting my weight from my right side to my left side. I'm pushing off the big ball of my back foot, and I'm rotating my hips towards the left. Now, if I'm contracted from the beginning, so if I contract my arm from the beginning, I'm not going to have as much power as if I were to keep it loose, okay? If I whip my shot, I'm going to get more power. Now, basically what the snap is when you contract the punch at the point of contact. So once my fist or my first two knuckles hit the point of contact, I have to contract my arm, basically. So that's what the snap is. And you snap by contracting basically your shoulder for a split second, including your arm. So if I throw a straight right, loose, okay, it looks like this. Here there's no power because I didn't contract my arm at the end. I didn't add that snap that I was talking about. So what I want to do is, I'll do it in slow motion, bring it out loose, and then at the very last second, contract. So that's what the snap is. That's how you generate that knockout shot whenever you're hitting an opponent. So if I do it fast, it looks like this. So you can see that my arm kind of contracts at the end and it gets that snap. My shoulder is popping at the end also. If I do it with a hook, for example, it looks like this. So I'm getting that little snap at the end. So that's what's going to differentiate a pushing punch from a snapping punch. You don't want to push through your punch, because if you do so, you're leaving power on the table. What you want to do is just snap your shot at the point of contact. That way you get the maximum punching force. Now, as mentioned earlier, the perfect punch comes from the ground up. So it's very important to shift your weight, pushing off the ball of the feet whenever you throw a punch. On top of that, you need to twist your hips in order to shift your weight. Hit with your first two knuckles. Keep your arm loose and really get that snap at the end. Many people ask me how to punch smoothly and not stiff. So you're going to see a lot of beginner shadow boxing like this. So you see, it's very stiff. You don't want to do this when you're shadow boxing or when you're fighting, okay? So you're not going to get as much power because you're too stiff. You're going to be pushing through your shots because you're too stiff, and you're going to get tired because you're too stiff. So what you want to do is always stay loose and snap your shots off the shoulders. Now, many people ask me, how can I get smooth punches? So basically what you want to do is, whenever you have time, you can do this at the gym, we can do this for a few rounds, but you just want to pop your shoulders. So pop, 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 pop. Stay nice and loose and pop your shoulders whenever you throw a shot. See, I'm not even thinking about my lower body right now because I'm not focusing on that. Right now I'm focusing on my shoulders right now. I'm focusing on my shoulder pop at the moment. So you could practice this at the gym. You know, do it for, I'd say, a good 10 minutes because it takes some time to practice. Do this at the gym. I used to do this when I used to take the metro back in the day. I do this at home up to now, when I'm walking, whatever. Now you want to start shoulder popping your uppercuts first because they're the easiest ones to start with. So what you want to do is basically throw the uppercut off the shoulder, okay? Throw the uppercut off the shoulder and then drop. Throw the uppercut, drop. So basically you're throwing your shoulder. Shoulder, drop. Shoulder, drop. Pop, 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 pop. So these ones are the easiest to throw. I suggest practicing these ones first. So you do this until you get it right, basically. So you can do this for a few rounds and you get this right. Once you've mastered the uppercuts, you want to go to the straight punches because they're the second easiest ones to learn. So basically what I'm doing is I'm throwing my punch out and I'm exaggerating my snap. So I'm getting my elbow up and I'm snapping my shoulder. Boom. Making sure that my punch is nice and loose and that I'm snapping my shot at the end of the punch. Okay? I'm not gonna make it too long. I'm not gonna extend my punch too long because at first it's very hard to get the shoulder pop when you extend your arm. Okay? So start off just like this. Pop, 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 pop. So get that little shoulder pop. So you get that by bringing your elbow upwards and hitting with your first two knuckles. So once you've mastered popping your shoulders, throwing straight punches, you can start to extend them. Extend. We'll see right here, I'm locking my elbow, hitting with my first two knuckles, and I'm popping my shoulder. So it looks like this if I go a little bit faster. So see, I'm getting that shoulder pop. Okay, I'm getting my snap at the end of the punch. Okay, now lastly, you're gonna practice the hooks, because the hooks are the hardest ones, okay? So what you wanna do is throw your body first. So see, I'm gonna be throwing my body, and then my arm's gonna land second. As my arm lands, I'm gonna loosen up my shoulder. So here, I'm opening up my chest, boom, and then I just drop my shoulder. Drop, 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 boom. See, I just open up the shoulder, then drop it at point of contact. Always hitting with the first two knuckles. So it looks like this when I'm throwing the hooks. Boom, boom. So see, I'm always dropping the shoulder, dropping the shoulder. When you're doing these exercises, you want to make sure that your body is loose and nothing is contracted. That way you'll be able to snap your shoulders properly. Once you've gotten the hang of throwing the uppercuts, straights, and hooks, you can start implementing this in your shadow boxing. So you're gonna see a lot of pros shadow boxing like this, for example. So they're just practicing their shoulder pop when they're doing that. They're keeping a nice center of gravity by bending their knees, and they're just popping their shoulders. Nice and loose. So once you've gotten the hang of popping your shoulders while you shadow box, you need to bring this over to your bag work. So when you're gonna be hitting the bag, you have to make sure that you're snapping your shoulders whenever you make contact with the bag. Pop, pop. So once you've mastered popping your shoulders and snapping your shots while you shadow, you'll be able to bring this over to your bag work, your pad work, and your sparring. So I hope that this video is helpful for you. If you like the video, don't forget to leave a like. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. If you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. And if you think that this video is helpful, share it to a friend. Peace out.